This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Welcome to 2024. Today we're discussing why general advice is absolutely horrific and why you should go the opposite direction in order for you to fulfill your dreams and get the life that you want. If you follow the herd and do exactly the same thing that everyone is encouraging you to do in the mainstream, you're going to get the exact same life and the exact same circumstance as everyone else that's going in that direction. If you want to live a life like a 1%er, 3%er, or 0.0001%er, you have to go the opposite direction. And this is what I teach you guys here on this channel. So let's go through some of the advice that people receive when they're growing up throughout life. Very simply, or this is what happens, right? It's just part of the mainstream picture of what just naturally happens because of human nature, I guess. But number one is that people are in the circumstance of getting a girlfriend. You're growing up, you get to your teenage years, now you develop some hormones, and now you actually want to go out there and start dating. Very bad mistake. Actually, one of the ultimate mistakes that can put you back 20 years if something bad happens. Like, for example, getting her pregnant. It happens. And whatever else that could happen through that type of circumstance. Not only that, but just getting into the mud of getting that massive rejection of being dumped. And then you want to prove yourself again. So you get a new girlfriend and then she dumps you again. And now it creates a pattern. And then now you go out and you try to become a player, and instead of being dumped, now you want to dump girls, and you just continue the chase. And very often this chase continues for like 10 years. I mean, gosh dang, bro. Like, don't do that, okay? It's better to build up, okay? So this is the opposite advice that I would tell you. Do not ever chase girls in your teenage years and in your 20s. It's unnecessary. Although, yes, I know you want to shack up with them. It's not the best time to do so. You and you become the highest quality you at the end of your 20s and your early 30s. Okay? Doesn't mean that you have to wait that long before you actually, get girls, but can we just set up your financial foundation first and just completely do the Volcel type of, voluntary celibacy route? Because being able to do that route just clears the path so much, you have no idea. No need for parties, no need for booze, no need for intoxication, no need to impress these girls, no need to go to the gym for 2 hours a day and go on in that direction. Half an hour is great, 2 hours is completely ridiculous. All of those things that young guys do in order for them to impress women, it's so detour massive. Oh my lord. Okay, don't do that. Second advice, that's horrible advice, is go to school. Okay, if you've been around my channel for a while, you understand that I'm completely and utterly against school. I was literally a grade A student for my entire process of schooling, for middle school, high school, and college even. I even became a freaking class president my first year in college. Why? Waste the time, did nothing for me, even though I studied business. What? You learn it from people that have never done anything substantial, never created any form of businesses, and if they did, it's just basic average crap. Don't go to school. Now, if you want to become a middle class, doctor, lawyer, all those things, then go to school because you have to, right? If you don't want the entrepreneurial route, then go to school. But I'm hoping that since you're here watching, that you want something better. You want to become one of the best guys in your massive vicinity. Don't go to school. So what should you do instead? You should develop a massive work ethic. Okay? This is so lacking in today's world. There's just a bunch of young, entitled teenagers who are basically receiving everything that they need from their parents because their parents are in this fake situation of having a bunch of money that's going to disappear probably in the next 5 to 10 years. And So they end up not really putting in any effort to get anything substantial of value. Okay? Getting women is not valuable, by the way. Getting a degree is not even valuable these days because a lot of employers don't really care about that. They just want to know that you're going to get the job done, get results. You know how results happen? Not from you doing great exams or all that stuff. It's from putting in work that's uncomfortable to do. And so if you learn that skill early on, it just changes the entire dynamic of your entire life. If you learn the 80-hour work week early on and take on 3 jobs instead of going to school, you'll have learned the ultimate skill out there, which is learning work ethic and then being willing to learn and learn faster, so that your 80 hours become more leveraged with high leverage activities that creates a lot of value instead of a lot of low value for the rest of your life doing 40 hours and never putting in extra effort, right? Going the extra mile of the 80-hour work week just opens the entire path for you because people are impressed by that. You're impressed by yourself, right? And then it's so important that you steer away from women at the same time because then you can begin to stack cash. You don't have to go into the massive debt, student loans, credit card loans, all the crap that most people do. You don't have to do that path. And that's why I'm excited that you're here. So let's keep going, okay? Get a high-paying job. Well, if you didn't go to school, you're most probably not going to get a high-paying job. But also, in general, getting a high-paying job is problematic because you get buried into it. High-paying employers want to suck the life out of you, which makes it so that you don't have capacity to build a business on the side. Now, obviously, if you have an 80-hour work week, that helps, right? Because you'll try to build something on the side, hopefully. But the key here is to make sure that you instead focus on becoming an entrepreneur. Work harder on your business than you do on your job, but make sure that you don't get fired, right? And then ultimately, people tell people to buy a house. Do not buy a house, okay? If you're going to house hack, that's a different story. If you're going to buy real estate and make sure that you have a fixed interest rate for the next 30 years and you have cash flow coming in from that apartment that's higher than what your expenses are, yeah, completely different story. A good deal. But in the last few years, like Graham Stephan says, there hasn't been much good deals, right? So why would you enter into the market right now, right before it tanks? Most probably, right? Don't go into the housing market. It's a trap. And it takes money out of your pocket instead of putting money inside of your pocket. So it's a liability, not an asset, like Robert Kiyosaki says. His words ring true more today than ever before. So you got to actually follow those things. What do you do instead? Again, you build your massive financial foundation through your work ethic, your willingness to learn instead of earn, right? You can earn at the same time, which is fantastic. You begin to stack cash and you become part of Men of High Value as a network. We're going to do amazing things over the next few years. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe to this channel because you're going to get tons of value from it over time. I'm back. Sometimes I disappear for a while, but hey, I'm always going to be around. This is my channel for forever. As long as YouTube stands, I'm always going to return, okay? And at some point, I'm going to be just massively put out tons of stuff for you guys. So I hope you appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.